What's up? We are back with another video. It's your boy Dex, and today I'm starting another series, or this new series to take place of what I've been doing, which is going to be titled Anime Talks with Dex. And basically, I'm talking about the weekly anime, or sometimes anime news that will come out that we will see, and just discussing those things in somewhat great detail, maybe not great detail, maybe just the plot. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But this is just going to be a weekly thing, just to cover bases with a lot of anime that's supposed to be coming out. So I'm gonna get this out of the way. I'm not discussing Attack on Titan. I'm gonna go and rewatch it, but I know Attack on Titan has come out. With its final part for season 4. I honestly stopped watching Attack on Titan after season 1, and due to me being stubborn and not wanting to get caught in some FOMO stuff, I refused to watch it. Why? I don't know. I was just being stubborn like that, and I refused to watch season 2, season 3, and season 4. But due to it being so hyped up, and I'm highly considered trying to rewatch it. One thing I think I stopped rewatching it for was because I wasn't really into all that gore and stuff. But looking back on it, I think I was just being childish because I love Villain Saga, and Villain Saga had a lot of gore in it, so I just really need to check it out. But yeah, I'm gonna come back to you with that, see how I feel about it. But for now, no Attack on Titan news. But yeah, so One Piece is back with episode 1005, and they started off with a new opening. The visuals were actually really dope, and I was actually surprised at how clean the animation was and how not real spoilery it is. But there's still a little bit of spoil in there. I'm not gonna spoil anybody with that, but if you're a manga reader, then you know. If you know, you know. But as far as the audio goes, that song, it's gonna take a while for that to grow on me. So I'm gonna give it some more episodes to play out, listen to it, vibe to it, stuff like that. Maybe it might get added to the anime playlist. Maybe it just stays where it is. We'll see how it goes. But besides that point, the episode itself. So after a week break, or about 2 week break, we come back to the events of the Akazuya Samurai and Kaido battling out, and after the Akazuya did their Oden Nitoryu, Togen Tosuka, the Paradise Waterfall, we saw Kaido have that flashback or PTSD with Oden, and then the Scabbards just celebrate like they had defeated Kaido, and Ashura Doji's like, nah, stop celebrating. We need to cut his head off. But it's too late after that, and Kaido gets back up, and then we cut away. And then we see Queen. We cut away to Queen using his sight bullets or his plate bullets on the performance floor, infecting everybody and pissing off Chopper in the process. Then we really cut away to what else did we cut away? Oh, then we cut away to Sanji and Luffy making their way up to the rooftop, and then Jinbei joins them, and they did an extended scene with Sanji and Luffy run into a gifter by the name of Briscola, who has a gorilla for an arm, which was kind of funny in the manga, and it kind of was funny in here, but I think it just was padded out too long. But I digress. Jinbei ended up coming up and mopping the floor with him, which was off screen in the manga, so there's that. And a lot of people were saying that was filler and it felt fillerish, but really that wasn't. That was just in the manga, and manga folks felt the same way too. So with that, we cut back to the Scabbards. Kaido's like telling them, y'all can't be Oden. You're too weak. But I do love that sense of pride you have in being who you are or whatever. I don't think he said that. I'm probably referencing something else, but in the end, he's like, y'all are too weak, you'll never be older. So stop trying and let's just end this. And he ends up sucking up. I think they did this visual very, very well because it wasn't in the manga, but the way that he looked like he was sucking air into his mouth, pause. It looked like he was just gathering all of the air from around Onigashima, and it looked like a tornado, right? And it was sucking it up, and he blew it out, and it was invisible slices, like the air slashers that Zoro does when he does his 360 caliber, 360 pound Phoenix or whatever it is, and it actually looks a lot more devastating in the manga. I actually love that part of One Piece. And then we cut to the cliffhanger, and the cliffhanger is that Kiko gets her arm sliced off because of one of the attacks. And in the manga, I think that happened in the middle of a chapter. I think it would happen in the middle of chapter 9 something. But either way, I think that was a great place to cut it off of because it left people speechless. And honestly, I had forgot that had happened. That was going to happen in this chapter, but it was definitely a great way. And honestly, I think that the way that they storyboarded this thing was really, 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 really done well for coming back from a break and having to capture people's attention and keep them invested. But yeah, overall, One Piece was pretty decent. One Piece was, if I had to give it a rank, it would be give it a 7 out of 10. Close to a 7.5 out of 10. But nowhere near perfect. But yeah, that was One Piece this week. And now I gotta save the better episode for last because now we gotta talk about Demon Slayer. And Demon Slayer was, woo. I was not expecting this. Now, for folks that don't know, people won't know because I'm just not saying it, but Demon Slayer, I've completed. I read all the way to completion after season 1, and overall, I could see how people would say that the animation really does justice for the manga because the manga without the animation is kind of unappealing. But then again, it does have some good art style for what it is. And reading through what happened in this episode 6 of season 2, in the manga, it was like hard to follow at times, just because of some of the paneling. But with this one, with this episode, it really painted a clear picture, right, of like how everything really transpired. So from Tanjiro and Daki fighting, and how Tanjiro was unleashing his attacks, to how Daki ended up injuring everybody, even the way that they're depicting the landscape. Because at first I always thought that they were fighting inside a building, because I don't know, it was just the way that it was depicted that probably confuses me. I should have reread it again, but it was that, and it was like, okay, so what is going on? Like, is this supposed to represent fire, water? He's saying Kami Kagura, but like the art style was just, I don't know. It was kind of skeptical for me, but this episode elevated that moment in my eyes, especially the way that Tanjiro was looking, the depictions of everybody else, and how they experienced what Daki just did to them. Daki's overall emotions and like just how she is as a character, bro. And then just the animation, bro. When Tanjiro popped off, and then when Nezuko popped off, bro, I was caught off guard. I was like, wait, hold on a second, bro. Did this happen in the manga? Did Tanjiro pop off like this? I couldn't remember. And I'm glad I watched it because this actually was like, ooh, this is fire. This is fire. And bro, a lot of people are saying that this could rival episode 19 of season 1. And as far as animation quality goes, I would give them that. But there was a certain point where the story episode 19 really built up to a pivotal moment. Whereas with this one, it just didn't feel like that. So I don't think it can rival episode 19. But again, it was phenomenal. The art style, the animation, both Tanjiro and Nezuko's level up. The quotes from Tanjiro, and I'm not gonna say his name because that would be a spoiler. But the quotes from that mysterious samurai that Daki remembers through Muzan Cells, his quotes. The quotes from the brother that Tanjiro remembered, and how he said that when people get angry on somebody else's behalf, they end up losing sense of reasoning for themselves and put themselves in danger. So I thought that that was actually true, because there are people out there who get so angry for somebody else that they really lose regard for themselves, and it does get scary, especially if you've seen a mother getting angry on her child's behalf, and they just don't care about nothing but their child's safety. Is actually true. But yeah, man, Demon Slayer was fire this week, and now I'm just looking forward to next week, because I think next week is when we see Tengen pop off too, and then he'll probably combine with Tanjiro and something like that. So yeah, overall, Demon Slayer was fire. One Piece was pretty good, but if I had to rank Demon Slayer, I had to give it a 8.5 out of 10. Just this episode, because man, did they do it good. And also that opening and endings, those openings and endings are starting to close on me of Demon Slayer. I might just have to add them to the list. And I think it also has to do with the way that they're telling the story. Side note, that's how I add music, like anime music, to the playlist, because when the story coincides with the music and everything is like hitting like that, that's when I'm like, okay, I gotta have this in the playlist, because it'll be like workout music, and I'm like, I want to have those same emotions that drive me to do whatever I need to do. But yada yada yada, that's here for there. Let me know what y'all thought about this week's episodes and anime. Let me know if you got any other weekly anime that you recommend I should watch and catch up on, so I can review them. That's pretty much it. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.